Hi everyone, this is just going to be a quick and short video today because I just wanted to talk about my ultimate goals and where I hope to get to with my photography, just kind of on a general scale. I enjoy travel and street photography. Obviously career-wise, street photography is a lot harder thing to get into. So generally, in terms of making a profession from photography, I want to get and focus on travel photography. So I hope to work for paying clients, basically any that are looking for travel photography. So it can be travel companies, brands. There's a whole range of brands that look for photography these days. So first of all, obviously any companies related to the travel industry, like companies that make outdoor equipment, like hiking equipment, camping equipment, obviously stuff like that. But at the same time, there's all sorts of brands that, for example, when I done the photography workshop in Peru, Jeff Bartlett was doing some work for Dell, and my immediate thought was, well, Dell make computers. What have they got to do with landscape photography, like what Jeff tends to do? But Dell now kind of trying to focus on creatives, so trying to sell their laptops and computers to creative people, so people who are photographers, videographers, things like that. So they're interested in people like Jeff and his photography to use in their marketing campaigns. So there can be a whole wide range of brands that will be interested. So yeah, generally I want to be focusing on travel photography because I love travel, and in terms of the kind of clients that I work with, it can be very wide ranging. To begin with, I'm going to focus on like travel companies. I remember Brendan saying in Peru that travel companies were a good place to start, so that's what I'm going to focus on to begin with. And I'll be focusing like more locally, so obviously I'm going to be living in Carlisle in Cumbria, so I'll be focusing like Cumbria, on the doorstep to the Lake District. So the Lake District attracts a lot of tourism, so that's one big market that I can try and focus on. So that's the main area. But at the same time, I do really enjoy my street photography, and I have this desire to like tell stories as well. I don't just want to take single pretty images all the time of all the places that I go to, and go to Yosemite, take pretty photos of Yosemite, and I do enjoy that, but it's not the only thing I want to do. And I want to do something like on a bigger scale, something that kind of has more of like an influence and an impact on people and things. So I do have this big desire to tell stories and focus on a wider project. So I'm thinking outside of any professional work that I will hopefully get in the future, in the rest of my spare time, I plan to just kind of do my own personal work. In fact, most professional photographers tell you to focus on personal projects in your own time anyway, so it seems like a good thing to do. But at this point in time, I haven't yet found a story that I want to tell. I haven't found that project that I want to focus on, but definitely something that I want to do. And when I do find a subject that interests me and that I want to document in my own way and like share that story to the world, then I will do that, and try and do that aside from hopefully the professional work that I'm getting. And then from there, hopefully, the plan would be to maybe to exhibit it. So have exhibitions. Maybe you could do a photo book would be good. Again, it kind of depends on what that story ends up being as well. But yeah, like I say, I haven't found that story that I want to tell yet, but that is something that I'm very, very keen to do. I remember when I was in college, as I was going in, well, I thought I would be going into my final year, but I got kicked out. But my plan for my final year, I remember the dissertation, for example, I was going to do my dissertation on whether or not films could influence social change. And in my final year, I was going to, the kind of films that I was planning on making were going to kind of address, or try and address certain issues, trying to tell stories that maybe perhaps don't generally get told, things like that. So I guess it kind of stems from there. Like, I love photography. I love taking beautiful photos of beautiful landscapes and things, but at the same time I want to feel like I'm contributing something to the world, and if I can do that through my photography, then that would be perfect. So I have these two sort of different things that I want to do with my photography. For a long time I've kind of struggled with, I have these two things, how am I going to do it? But partly because I haven't found a story, first of all, and because travel is just easier to make a career of anyway, I think it's a good idea for me to professionally focus on travel and trying to find clients with travel photography. And when I'm not doing work for any paying clients, to work on street and documenting these stories in my spare personal time. And then what comes of that, time will tell. I mean, obviously I've still got to first of all find a story that I am passionate about and want to tell, but that is my plan. That's what I'm interested in. That's what I hope to achieve, and I just wanted to share that with you because obviously I'm documenting my journey here, but I haven't said an awful lot about where I want to get to on that journey. So I hope that gives you a bit of an idea. And just if any of you watching kind of have any thoughts or advice for me on that or whatever, then I'd love to hear you. I'd love to hear from you. So yeah, put some comments below and let me know what your thoughts are. Any suggestions, if you've got any ideas for what might make potentially a good story, let me know. That would be amazing. And thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.